Hey Sunday drivers, today we're going to the Rockwoods Reservation. I thought I'd give you a little drive-by history of it. The Rockwoods Reservation goes all the way back to 1800 when a family named the Hamiltons moved in from Kentucky and started farming there, and they used the whole area. In fact, the creek that runs through the park is now referred to as Hamilton Creek. I actually didn't know that until I was doing the research for this, so that makes it kind of cool. We've been there several times. In 1854, the Hamilton family sold that property to a mining company, and together with another mining company, they made actually a really successful mining community that lasted until the 1930s when it went bankrupt in the Depression. But they more or less cleared the whole area together with a logging company and clear-cut the whole area and used a lot of the wood to fire their limestone kilns. So that's the reason that the woods here aren't quite as old as some of the other parks that we've been to, like the Engelman Woods that has trees like 100 to 200 years old. Well, then after the mining companies went bankrupt in the 1930s, a man named Albert Preston, Greensfelder, was a member of several parks commissions and planning departments and whatnot for the state of Missouri, and actually helped the Parks Department purchase the land. And so in 1938, it became one of the very first natural areas, one of the conservation areas. And so today, it's a second growth forest. The trees are starting to get relatively old, and it's hard to see some of the history of that mining and logging operation, but you can still see there. The limestone kilns go across the paths and whatnot, so you can, as you walk past there, you can see that. Today there are 6 different trails, and actually the area around the parks, there's a 5,000-acre green belt that's connected by a couple of the trails that you can go on. Greensfelder was an interesting guy. Like I said, he was a member of a lot of the parks commissions and planning committees. He was a civil engineer. He was born in 1879 and graduated from Washington University in 1901. And in the 1950s, he worked together with a man named Clarence who was a congressman for the 9th District of Missouri. And they were planning a road that would go from the Gulf Coast down, Louisiana, Mississippi, and go all the way up into Canada and meet up with the Trans-Canadian Highway up there. And the plans were, they were getting in place and people were starting to do it, and they had Illinois and Wisconsin and Iowa and Arkansas and Tennessee all on board, and a couple of provinces in Canada. But I don't think it ever really happened. However, there is a 386-mile stretch of highway here in Missouri that's been designated as the Great River Road, and that has become one of Kezia and my favorite roads to drive on. It goes north of St. Louis. It's a lot of fun. So, we've got some hiking to do today. But until next time, thanks for driving with us.